What happens when the Hulk, the strongest weapon of the Avengers, becomes their greatest weakness? An alien human snake, with venom strong enough to control minds, now has Hulk by its side. The Avengers thought their friend was fighting with them, but the real enemy was already among them. This isn't just betrayal. It's a war that will decide the fate of Earth. And the biggest question, will Hulk ever return? Or is he lost forever to the alien snake? The silent betrayal. The Avengers stood on the ruins of a city that had barely survived the last battle. Smoke curled from broken buildings, and the air still carried the bitter stench of ash. Iron Man scanned the horizon with his HUD, Captain America tightened his shield on his arm, and Black Widow reloaded her pistols. They had faced countless enemies before, machines, gods, monsters. But nothing felt as heavy as the silence that surrounded them now. In the middle of that silence stood Hulk. Bruce Banner had transformed minutes earlier when the alien strike began. His thunderous roars and unstoppable fists had once again turned the tide of the battle. Every alien soldier crushed under his fury. Every wall shattered under his rage. It was Hulk at his purest form. But then something changed. A flicker, a hesitation, a whisper too quiet for the others to hear. The alien leader stepped forward, unlike any creature they had faced before. Tall, terrifying, with scales that shimmered like metal, and eyes that gleamed with a venomous green light. Half human, half snake, this creature radiated power in a way that made even Thor grip Mjolnir tighter. The human snake didn't roar. It didn't strike. It only smiled. Hulk, it hissed, its voice slithering through the battlefield like poison. You don't belong to them. You belong to me. At first, no one understood. They thought it was just another attempt at mind games. But then, Hulk froze. His massive fists unclenched. His breathing slowed. The fire in his eyes dulled, replaced by a strange green glow. Iron Man shouted through his comms, "Banner, snap out of it." But it wasn't Banner anymore. The human snake had pierced through his rage, injecting a venom not into Hulk's body, but into his mind. And for the first time, the Hulk wasn't fighting against an enemy. He was fighting for one. The betrayal began. With a sudden roar, Hulk turned, not on the aliens, but on his own team. His giant fist smashed the ground inches away from Captain America, sending Cap flying into a broken wall. Thor swung Mjolnir, lightning cracking through the sky, but Hulk caught it with one hand and threw Thor across the battlefield like a rag doll. Black Widow's voice broke through the chaos. He's not with us anymore. The team was stunned. This wasn't just an enemy. This was family. This was their Hulk. The one who had stood beside them against Ultron, against Thanos, against gods and titans. And now, he was tearing them apart from the inside. The human snake slithered closer, its eyes never leaving the green monster it had claimed. Yes, destroy them. Break them. Show them what betrayal feels like. Hulk obeyed. Every punch shook the ground. Every roar split the skies. And every second, the Avengers realized they weren't just fighting for Earth anymore. They were fighting to save one of their own. But deep inside Hulk's mind, Bruce Banner screamed. Trapped, chained by the venomous control, he could see everything. He could feel every bone he broke, every friend he struck down. His soul clawed at the walls of his prison, but the venom was stronger. No, not them. Please, not my family. Yet no one could hear him. The human snake had planned this for years. Legend spoke of a creature that could twist even the strongest wills, turning power into puppets. And Hulk, the unstoppable force, the living weapon, was its crown jewel. With Hulk as its soldier, Earth had no defense. Tony Stark was the first to recover. Blood dripping from a cut on his forehead, armor cracked. He stood tall against the impossible. Listen up, team. Hulk's gone rogue, but we're not losing him. Not today. Not to some overgrown garden snake. Thor rose from the rubble, thunder sparking around him. Captain America staggered back to his feet, shield dented but still firm in his grip. Black Widow loaded her last clip, determination burning in her eyes. They were broken. They were battered. But they weren't done. Because if Hulk was truly gone, they were ready to fight to bring him back. The battlefield roared alive again. Lightning clashed against rage, metal clashed against fists. But every hit they landed only made Hulk angrier. Every strike only pushed him deeper under the human snake's control. "Stop holding back," the creature hissed, its voice echoing inside Hulk's skull. "Show them your true power." And Hulk did. He wasn't the hero anymore. He wasn't the friend who fought by their side. He was the monster they had always feared, the one who could never be stopped, only unleashed. As the dust rose and the world trembled, one truth became clear. The Avengers weren't just fighting for Earth. They were fighting for Hulk's soul. And right now, they were losing. Clash of trust. The city shook under Hulk's rampage. Cars crumpled like paper. Buildings cracked as if they were made of glass. And every thunderous step echoed betrayal. The Avengers circled him, hearts torn between fighting an enemy and saving a friend. Iron Man's voice cracked through the comms. "Don't hit to kill. We need him alive. Whatever this snake freak is doing, there has to be a way to break it." But Hulk didn't give them time to think. With a roar that split the night, he charged at Captain America. The shield held for one strike, two strikes, but on the third, Hulk's fist dented the indestructible vibranium. The impossible had happened. "Steve!" Natasha screamed as Cap was thrown across the street, shield sparking from the impact. Thor leapt into the air, lightning storming around him. "Banner, if you can hear me, fight this." He hurled Mjolnir, but Hulk caught it mid-flight, growled, and crushed the hammer into the ground, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. Thor stumbled wide-eyed. "By Odin, he's stronger than before." From the shadows, the human snake hissed, its forked tongue flickering. "Yes, feed me your fear. The more you despair, the tighter my hold becomes." Tony gritted his teeth. He knew fear wasn't the enemy's weapon. It was their fuel. If they panicked, Hulk was lost. "Stay sharp, people." "Widow, you gonna distract him." "Thor, keep pressure." "Cap, don't you dare pass out on me." But inside Hulk's mind, another war raged. Banner was trapped in chains of venom, every link forged by doubt. He saw flashes of his life, the lab accident, the monster within, the times he nearly killed innocents. And now, his worst nightmare had come true, turning on his family. The snake's voice slithered inside his head. "They never trusted you, Banner. They always feared you. I give you freedom. Unleash. Destroy. Be who you really are." Banner screamed back in silence. "No, they're my team. They're my family." But the venom laughed. "Family? Did you not see their eyes whenever you lost control? Did you not hear Stark's plans to build weapons in case of you? They don't love you. They fear you." Hulk's roar in the real world grew louder, fueled by anger and doubt. The Avengers pushed back. Widow dove under Hulk's arm, firing stun rounds, each dart crackling across his green skin, but he barely flinched. Iron Man's repulsors lit up the night, striking Hulk in the chest, but the monster only grew angrier, grabbing Stark mid-air and slamming him into the pavement. Sparks burst from the armor. Tony gasped, but he forced a joke through bloody lips. "Buddy, that's no way to treat your tech support." Even beaten, even broken, the Avengers refused to quit. Thor summoned a storm so fierce it split clouds, lightning raining on Hulk like divine judgment. Hulk fell to one knee, smoke rising from his body, but the human snake hissed louder, and with a terrifying growl, Hulk stood again, stronger, eyes glowing an even darker green. Captain America, limping, lifted his shield. "Listen to me, Hulk. You've saved this planet more times than I can count. You think this snake owns you? No, you're stronger than this. Stronger than him." For just a second, Hulk hesitated. His fists trembled. His roar softened. Inside his mind, Banner's chains loosened. He could feel his heartbeat sinking with Cap's words. "Steve, can you hear me?" But the human snake struck back. Venom surged through Hulk's veins, chains tightening again. The hesitation vanished. Hulk's roar thundered once more, and with a single punch, he sent Cap crashing into the ruins of a collapsed building. The battlefield froze. The snake's laughter echoed. "Your leader falls. Your hope dies. And soon, your world will burn." Natasha's eyes filled with fire. She turned to Tony and Thor. We're not losing him. There's still a way. If that creature's venom is controlling his mind, then we cut the snake's head off. Tony's systems rebooted with sparks. He groaned, but managed to stand. You're saying take down the puppet master instead of the puppet. Thor raised Mjolnir again, lightning dancing across his armor. Then let us strike the serpent where it hides. The three stood together, battered, broken, but unyielding. They weren't just fighting a monster anymore. They were fighting for Hulk's soul. And somewhere deep inside the chains of his mind, Banner whispered to himself, "Hold on, just a little longer. Don't let me go." The human snake slithered forward, claws gleaming, eyes burning brighter. Then come, Avengers. Let us see if your unity can stand against betrayal itself. And with that, the true battle began. The serpent's grip. The battlefield became a nightmare. Rubble, smoke, thunder, and in the center, Hulk, chained by venom but free in destruction. Every step he took cracked the ground. Every breath he exhaled carried fury. But the Avengers didn't flinch. Thor spun Mjolnir, his voice booming. "Snake, you wanted war. Then face the wrath of gods." Lightning erupted as he hurled the hammer at the human snake. The serpent leader slithered upward, scales flashing, and caught the hammer midair with its claws. Thor's eyes widened. No one, not even Titans, had ever dared to stop Mjolnir like that. But the human snake squeezed, and venom dripped across the hammer's head, sizzling. The weapon quivered in midair as the serpent sneered. "Your power means nothing here, godling." With a sickening twist, it hurled Mjolnir aside. Thor staggered, stunned. Black Widow seized the moment, vaulting across broken walls, firing electrified batons directly at the snake's chest. Sparks exploded, scales burned, but the serpent only laughed. Its tail whipped out, faster than bullets, striking her midair and slamming her into the pavement. She gasped, body trembling, but forced herself back to her knees. Tony blasted forward, repulsors blazing, every weapon system firing. "You're not walking away with my green science project." Rockets, lasers, micromissiles all rained down. For a moment, the serpent staggered, shielded by its scales. Smoke covered the sky, but when the dust cleared, it was smiling. Venom dripped from its fangs, sizzling against the concrete. Its voice slithered into the Avengers' minds. "You fight shadows, but Hulk, he is mine." And then came the roar. Hulk smashed through the smoke, his eyes glowing that poisonous green, veins pumping with alien power. He was no longer just the Hulk. They had turned him into something worse. Stronger, wilder, untamed. Captain America dragged himself out of the rubble, blood painting his forehead. His shield cracked, but still in hand, he raised his voice. "Banner, listen to me. You're stronger than this poison. You've always been stronger than your anger." For a second, Hulk paused. His fists lowered. His growl softened. Deep inside, Banner pushed back. "Steve, don't give up on me." But the snake hissed louder, wrapping coils of venom around Hulk's mind. "Strike him. End him. Show them there is no Banner left." Hulk's roar tore the sky apart as he launched. His fist met Cap's shield, shattering what was once unbreakable. Steve flew backwards, his shield split in two, and silence followed. Natasha screamed. Thor froze. Tony's systems blared alarms. The human snake raised its arms. "It is done. The shield has fallen. The strongest of you is mine." But something stirred. Inside Hulk's chains, Banner's soul thrashed with fury. The image of Steve, broken but still trying, sparked something the venom couldn't choke. His team wasn't afraid of him. They were fighting for him. That realization cracked the chains just slightly. "No, I won't hurt them." The snake hissed in rage. "You are mine, beast." Outside, Hulk clutched his head, roaring, torn between two worlds. One side, the snake's venom, demanding blood. The other side, his family's voices, pulling him back. Thor shouted above the chaos. "He's fighting it. Don't give up." Tony staggered to his feet, armor half broken. "Then let's push harder. Hit the snake now." The Avengers launched together. Thor summoned thunder and hurled it at the serpent's chest. Natasha fired every last explosive round she had. Tony's uni-beam carved through the smoke like the sun itself. For the first time, the human snake screamed. Its scales burned, its body recoiled. And Hulk fell to his knees. His glow flickered, his breaths heavy, his fists trembling. The serpent glared at him. "No, you are mine." But Banner's voice, weak but defiant, echoed inside. "I am not yours. I never was." The battlefield froze. The snake recoiled, realizing its grip was slipping. The Avengers stood battered but united, hope flickering once more. The war wasn't over. But for the first time since the betrayal began, Hulk was fighting back, breaking the chains. The battlefield was fire and thunder, but for the first time, the Avengers saw something they had prayed for. Hulk on his knees, trembling, the Venom's glow flickering like a dying flame. Banner was still inside. He was fighting. The human snake shrieked, its voice splitting the night. "No, you will not define me, beast. You are mine." Its tail lashed the ground, splitting asphalt like paper. Thor stepped forward, sparks raging around him. Then at his UN serpent, the Avengers charged, their battered bodies fueled by a single purpose: to cut the snake's hold once and for all. Iron Man's armor groaned as repulsors flared to life. Round 4, Snake Face. And I'm just getting warmed up. Missiles streaked into the sky, slamming down on the serpent scales, each explosion lighting the ruins. Natasha darted through the smoke, twin batons electrified, striking Venom sacks under its ribs. The serpent howled, venom spraying across the battlefield, sizzling where it touched. She rolled away, barely escaping the acid hiss. Thor roared, summoning lightning as bright as a star. It surged down through his hammer, blasting the serpent's chest, forcing it to recoil. But still it lived. Still it laughed. "Fools, even if you break me, the beast is broken. He belongs nowhere. Not to you. Not to this world." And Hulk roared. He slammed his fists into the earth, not in rage, but in defiance. The ground shook, cracks spiderwebbing outward, dust and debris exploding skyward. For the first time, his voice cut through the poison. "No!" The Avengers froze. Hulk's eyes flickered between venomous green and Banner's desperate brown. His chest heaved. He looked at them, not as enemies, not as prey, but as family. Inside his mind, the chains splintered. Banner stood tall, venom lashing at him like whips, but he pushed forward. Each step shattered another link. "I'm not your monster. I'm not your weapon. I'm their friend." The human snake screamed, its control cracking. It lunged at Hulk, tail whipping, fangs dripping venom. But Hulk caught it mid-strike. For the first time, the monster didn't obey. It resisted. He held the snake's tail in one hand and roared into its face. "I am Hulk." With a violent swing, Hulk smashed the serpent into the ground, cracking pavement for blocks. The creature writhed, venom spilling, fury blazing. Tony's voice rang in Hulk's comms, broken but alive. "That's a big guy. Welcome back to the party." But the human snake wasn't finished. Its eyes burned, body writhing, venom rising in waves. "If I cannot control you, I will consume you." It opened its jaw wider than any creature should, fangs dripping an ocean of venom. The ground shook as the monster prepared to strike one final, devastating blow. Hulk stood, chest heaving, fist clenched. "You think you own me? You think you control me?" He stomped forward, the ground cracking under his feet. "You forgot one thing." Thor staggered beside him, battered but smiling. "What's that, monster?" Hulk's grin cracked through the rage. "Hulk!" Smash! He launched himself forward, faster than the serpent expected. His fists met its jaw, slamming it shut with bone-shattering force. The serpent screeched, head snapping sideways, venom splattering across ruins. Hulk didn't stop. Fist after fist rained down, each strike shaking the city, each roar drowning the serpent's screams. The Avengers watched, stunned, not at the violence, but at the clarity. Hulk wasn't lost. Banner wasn't gone. He was choosing them. The serpent, broken but still alive, hissed with its last breath. "This isn't over. The venom lives in you." Hulk glared down, chest rising like a storm. For a moment, he was silent. Then, With a single punch, he sent the creature crashing into the depths of the earth. The ground swallowed it whole. Silence fell. Hulk turned, shoulders heaving, eyes dimming back to brown. He looked at his team, at his family. "I'm sorry." Steve, battered but standing, placed a hand on his shoulder. "Don't be. You fought your way back. That's what matters." For the first time in what felt like forever, Hulk was free. But deep in the rubble, beneath the earth, the serpent's venom still pulsed, waiting. The last roar. The battlefield was silent. Dust floated in the air, buildings lay in ruins, and the Avengers stood broken but alive. Hulk stood at the center, chest heaving, fists dripping with the venom he had just crushed out of the serpent. It looked like the war was over. But then the ground shook. A hiss rose from the depths. Cracks split the pavement, glowing green venom seeping through like molten fire. The human snake's voice slithered out of the darkness. "You think you've won, Avengers? I am Venom. I am eternal. And Hulk carries me still." The team froze. Hulk staggered, clutching his head. His veins flickered green again. Banner's voice cried inside him, "No, not again. I can't fight it twice." Tony's HUD flared red. He's still infected. That thing left its poison inside him. If we don't stop it, Banner's gone for good. Cap stepped forward, bloodied but steady. "No." Hulk came back once. "He can do it again. This time, we fight with him, not against him." The venom inside Hulk writhed, chains reforming, pulling at his soul. The serpent's spirit hissed. "You are mine forever." But this time, Hulk wasn't alone. Thor planted Mjolnir in the ground, lightning sparking into Hulk's body, not to destroy, but to burn the venom away. "Fight, monster! Show this serpent the strength of Midgard's might." Natasha pressed her hand to Hulk's arm, her voice breaking. "Come back to us, big guy. You're not a weapon. You're family." Tony locked his gauntlet into Hulk's chest plate, channeling arc energy into his pulse. "Come on, Banner. You're the brains and the brawn. Don't let a lizard write your story." And Captain America lifted his broken shield, placing the shattered star against Hulk's heart. "Avengers, assemble." The words cut through Hulk's chains like fire. Banner screamed inside, smashing through venom walls, tearing apart the serpent's coils. In the real world, Hulk roared, not in rage, but in freedom. His body glowed green, not poison but pure. He grabbed his own chest as if ripping something out. And from within, he tore the last of the venom free. A writhing black-green mass shrieked as Hulk crushed it in his palm. The human snake's voice wailed, fading into the earth. "This isn't the end." With one final smash, Hulk slammed the venom into the ground, vaporizing it in a shockwave of raw fury. The battlefield fell silent once more. The chains were gone. The venom was gone. And Hulk was truly free. The Avengers gathered around him, broken but smiling. Banner, half transformed, whispered through Hulk's lips, "I thought I lost myself. But you never gave up on me." Steve's voice was calm, resolute. "That's what family does." Tony smirked, sparks flying from his broken suit. "Remind me to install a venom filter next time you go green." Natasha shook her head with a faint smile. "You're impossible, Stark." Thor raised Mjolnir, thunder crackling. "Victory is ours. Let all who threaten Midgard know. The Avengers stand united." Hulk looked at them all, eyes softening. For the first time, he wasn't just the monster or the weapon or the rage. He was one of them. But deep beneath the ruins, in the silence no one heard, a faint hiss echoed. "I will return." The camera of fate lingered on Hulk's face, free, yet haunted. The war was won, but the story was not over. And with that, the screen cut to black.